is part 6 on ordinary differential equation. So today I am going to explain second order linear differential equation. Second order linear differential equation is of the form this. This is d2y by dx square plus px dy by dx plus qxy is equal to rx. Here px, qx and rx, they are the functions of x alone. So this coefficient should be 1. If it is not 1, you just divide by it and you make it over 1. Right? So any general form of second order linear differential equation is this. This Rx is a function of x alone. If this right hand side vector is 0, then this implies that this is called homogeneous second order linear differential equation. But if this Rx is a non-zero value, then this equation is said to be non-homogeneous second order linear differential equation. Okay, so second order linear differential equation, the general form is this one. Now the theorem, this says that whenever px, qx and rx, they are the continuous function on a closed interval ab, and if we choose any point from the closed interval ab, and if y0 and y0 dash, they are any numbers, whatever the equation 1 is y double prime plus pxy prime plus qxy is equal to rx, means second order linear differential equation. This has one and only one solution yx on the entire interval, such that the value of the function at x0 is y0 and its derivative at x0 is y0 dash. Right? What this theorem says, this says whenever these px, qx and rx, they are continuous functions and they are defined on the closed interval ab, then corresponding to each x0, the solution has unique value y0 and the derivative, first derivative has y0 dash value. Right? So this equation 1 has one and only one solution, means the unique solution over the interval, means corresponding to x0 we will have only one value of y, which is y0. Similarly, the derivative, at the derivative of y, right, the derivative of y at any point x0, it should be some y0 dash, it should be unique one. Right? So whenever these are continuous, only then we have a unique solution, you can say. Theorem says that if yg is the general solution of second order homogeneous differential equation and yp is the particular solution of second order linear non-homogeneous differential equation, then their addition yg plus yp is the general solution of the equation 2, means non-homogeneous second order differential equation. So what is given to us? Yg is the general solution of equation 1, means yg is a solution of this equation 1, means yg satisfy equation 1. So yg double prime plus px yg prime plus qx yg is 0. Similarly, yp is a particular solution of equation 2. It means yp satisfy the equation number 2. So therefore yp double prime plus px yp prime plus qx yp is equal to rx. So this is given to us, right? We want to prove that yg plus yp is the general solution of equation 2, right? So now how to show this? Since we know that anything is a solution of any equation, means it satisfies that equation. So we need to show that this satisfies equation number 2. So when you put in the left hand side, it should be equal to the right hand side. Then this will become the solution of this equation, right? And general solution means if the solution contains as many arbitrary constant as the order of the differential equation, so that will become the general solution of that equation. Now since this is second order differential equation, so its general solution should contain two arbitrary constants. So if yg plus yp contains two arbitrary constants, then this is the general solution of equation number 2. right? But we already know that yg is the general solution of equation 1. So in yg there are two arbitrary constants. So when you add any particular solution to it, it will again have two arbitrary constants, right? So it is sufficient to prove that it is a solution of equation 2, means it satisfies equation 2. So we will put in the left hand side and we will prove that this is equal to right hand side. So if left hand side is equal to right hand side, it means it satisfies equation 2 and it is the solution of equation 2. Moreover, it contains two arbitrary constants. So therefore this is the general solution of equation number 2. So in the proof of this theorem, we will consider the left hand side. We will substitute in y double prime plus pxy prime plus qxy. So substitute yg plus yp in this equation. So what is the first derivative of yg plus yp? It's yg dash plus yp dash. What is the second derivative of yg plus yp? It is yg double prime plus yp prime. So when you substitute over here, separate the terms yg and yp, you will have this thing. Now since yg is the solution of equation 1, so it satisfies equation 1, so that means yg double prime plus px yg prime plus qx yg is 0. Similarly, yp is the particular solution of equation 2, means yp double prime plus px yp prime plus qs yp is rx. So when you substitute this to be 0 and this to be rx, your left hand side is equal to right hand side. So it means yg plus yp satisfy the equation 2 and also it contains two arbitrary constant. Therefore this is a general solution of equation number 2. Now the next theorem, this theorem says that if y1 and y2 are any two solutions of homogeneous second order linear differential equation, then their linear combination is also a solution of equation 1 for any constant c1 and c2. So if y1 and y2 they are two solutions of this equation, means they satisfy equation 1. So y1 double prime plus px y1 prime plus qx y1 is 0. y2 double prime plus px y2 prime plus qx y2 is 0. Right? We require to show that c1 y1 plus c2 y2 is also a solution. Means it satisfies equation 1. So we consider the left hand side. Substitute in this equation. So what is c1 y1 plus c2 y2 double prime? It is c1 and c2, they are constants, so it will be taken outside. C1 y1 double prime plus c2 y2 double prime. Similarly the first derivative, similarly this one. Now you take c1 to be common, take all the rest terms, and c2 to be common, all the rest terms. You will have this thing. Since y1 and y2 they satisfy equation 1, so it means y1 double prime this thing is 0, right? So you can substitute this to be 0. Similarly this to be 0. So this implies that this is equal to your right hand side. So that means c1 y1 plus c2 y2 satisfy equation 1. So this implies that this is a solution of equation 1. Now the next is, what do you mean by linearly independent vectors and linearly dependent functions or vectors, whatever. So y1 and y2 they are two functions, right? They are said to be linearly independent when y1 cannot be written as some constant times y2, right? But if it can be written as some constant time y2, it means they are dependent. For example, if y1 is x and y2 is 2 times x, then clearly they are dependent, because y1 upon y2 it is some constant value. But if you take y1 to be x and y2 to be x square, so when you divide it x square upon x, it is not a constant, however it is a function of x, so it means they are linearly independent, right? So this is an example of linearly independent functions. Okay, so based on this we have a theorem. This theorem says if y1 and y2 they are linearly independent solutions of second order homogeneous differential equation, here it is 0, this equation is equated to 0, and call this equation as 1. So y1 and y2, they are the solutions of homogeneous second order differential equation on any interval AB. Then C1y1 plus C2y2 is the general solution of this equation. Now just see, by using above theorem, we already know that if y1 y2 they are the solution of equation 1, then their linear combination is also a solution, right? Now this solution has arbitrary constants as c1 and c2. Okay, but if y1 and y2 are dependent, if y1 and y2 are dependent, then what will happen? If y1 depends on y2, means y1 can be written as some constant time y2. You can substitute the value of y1 in the terms of y2. You will have c1 into k times y2 plus c2 y2, right? So you can take y2 to be common. You have one arbitrary constant times y2, right? So this solution contain only one arbitrary constant. So this cannot be a general solution of second order differential equation because this contain only one arbitrary constant. However, if y1 and y2 they are linearly independent, means they cannot be written as the one cannot be written as some constant multiple of other, then c1 y1 plus c2 y2, it contains two arbitrary constant, right? It will not reduce to one arbitrary constant. So this is the solution of equation 1. This contains two arbitrary constant. Therefore, this will become the general solution of second order homogeneous differential equation. Thanks.